falls unconscious across the earth. The battle has ended. With that, you are on free action once again.
Gonna get rid of 2 life to bring Mike back into the fold.
Welcome back, Mr. Mike.
Thank you.
We should rip his reactor out.
Yes, take his whips. But make sure ripping the reactor doesn't kill him.
With that much of a command and enough strength behind it given, the Hearthguard doesn't wait. It moves upon the fallen Whiplash, places his gauntlet to the side of the reactor, and again, speaking as an aside, the reactor does not serve as any form of life support. Removal will not endanger the man within. With one wrench of his gauntlet, he tears the reactor forward, breaking one of the metal pauldrons, and the whips snake away with the armorings. You see that there are cables that run from his back out into the 2 prods he used to command his whips. He has been defanged, as it were. So, what are y'all gonna do?
So he was employed.
Yeah.
Sandhurst.
Right, in the legacy of Vanko.
Right.
He's talking to Murdoch.
He's a son of Vanker. He was talking to Murdoch, right?
Yeah.
Son of
I'm gonna
Vanker.
try to go up to where he threw the communicator.
Yeah.
Find the communicator that he threw.
Yeah.
The Hearthguard leaves him behind, begins to hustle up the slope. You can see that it, just as at a distance, yes, a jeep struck a tree at a tremendous force. And the wood is far too frozen, and while I did indicate that it is not densely vegetated, it is still far too vegetated to have thought that he was going to get a jeep anywhere through those woods. In past the area of the fire, you can see the sources of flame ahead. It looks as though there are small fires burning along the edge of what would look to be a village in the woodline. There is a good deal of hanging sooty smoke around the outskirt of that village. Beyond that, the Hearthguard holds forward his hand and begins to search through the flaming rubble with no concern of the fire itself. And after a time does pull a tiny bean-shaped bit of ceramic from within, but it quickly gives way into crumbling carbon. It cannot be salvaged through conventional means. The Hearthguard then stands waiting by the flaming jeep.
Do you want to drag him to the village to see if there's any survivors, and we can hand over?
Sure, we're done here. Is there anything left of the jeep at all? Any clues there as to where he's from, who he works for?
Looking toward the back of the jeep, you realize that there was someone else in the jeep. Someone who is very much dead. You see that a rather frail man, dressed in armorings that do not seem terribly dissimilar to Whiplash's, is curled against the back seat of the jeep. His skin is very pale, and he wears a green hood over his head. There is a tremendous amount of dried blood around the man's eyes and mouth. The flames haven't really taken him yet at this point. Oversized orange boots and gauntlets. He's wearing a bodysuit, which is as much plasticine material that yields here and there to chain mail. Whereas Whiplash had this great harness on his chest, this man, in fact, has what looks like a ridiculously ostentatious belt, the front of which is a large yellowed disc of resin. You see, there's a similar reactor device inside that device, and as the Hearthguard pushes it aside, actually recoils a bit when he finds that there is a deep gut wound in the man's chest. He was slain before the impact. The caliber of a shell that is not unknown to the Hearthguard. It is an explosive shell, most commonly employed by the person or persons referring to themselves as the scourge of the underworld. With that, he stands up Come regards the man. And you all hear a cough from behind you. Vanko is standing. He is quite bruised and wobbly, and he is without the aid of his various weapons and armorings. He is gotten back up at a distance. He looks toward you. He's grinning. Yes, that is Horgan, Bruno Horgan. As is tradition of day, he call himself the Melter, yeah? I did not see him do much melding, but he certainly did his dying well enough. What now then, little machine? I suggest I take my weapons, I stand at defeat, and perhaps we see each other another day. No profit now, no profit in any of this. I just want to get home. Spits blood.
I think not. You have a lot of questions to answer.
Questions? Vanko, simple man. Vanko, he accept monies, come this land, serve your western fat cats on their tall towers, eh? That is all. Not know what answers I can give, but you have bested Vanko, and Vanko man of honor, yeah? I answer what can.
Where's Murdoch?
Murdoch, eh? Little machine have good ears. He grins. Murdoch, him mouthpiece for fat cats. Sandhursts. Standing overs. Everyone fight over this land. We come, we take what can, we kill who they say kill, we take what they take.
What's so important about these lands?
You have not been awake under rock. You forgive my English, not so good. His war, yes, his war. His first war of new age of marvels, yes. First war, first. Machine thing come from west, conquer Latveria. Then machine thing get ripped in half. Some thing call itself Impaler come. He take over Latveria. Everyone say they king of Latveria. Vanko, no king, eh? Vanko knight, like you, man of honor, man of strength. That is what's special.
You said you've killed 2?
I have killed my share of you hearth machines.
Hair?
You are obviously better than them. I have only seen one, you hearth things walking around these lands, fighting with impalers, freaks, and monsters.
Was that village destroyed? Is there anyone left alive in it?
Oh, I'm sure there's things there. There are monsters in village. I have not been paid to kill as many monsters as I have had to. A Brotherhood of Mammon, they have taken Cynthiano, the heart of Latveria. They gather the people and they execute them. They call it religion, say it make their mammon strong. They feed on them. Monsters made flesh, not man. Not like Bear of East. Zindiava is too filled with the muties. There is no retake, eh? Brotherhood run whole place. Outskirt, Simacria, rebels. That is beyond and beneath my talents endure. And then there is Transia. That is where Impaler dwell. It is madness on all sides. Vanko come, Vanko need coin, start proper revolution, yeah. Give father back his name.
Yes, Sandhursts are just one of many, but these days they spend freely. Anyone who possess any measure of ability go forward, do their work, play all sides. We send back scavenge, we break some machines, I kill some muties. Profit has now become outweighed by loss. There is no more need me fight, and you have caught me at weakness. I should never have tried to breach onto that. Could have given you more proper challenge.
So you kill for profit, you kill for hire?
I am mercenary in eyes of man like you. I am realist in the truths that guide men, yeah?
So someone wants to pay you to kill Hearthguard?
Is open term of contract. Murdoch give us orders. They base intelligence on whatever they use to base intelligence. Standing bounties are paid for relics from the Von Dooms and the helm of you hearth things.
And where do you go to collect this pay?
Borenraten Bridge is closest area held by Sandhurst men. Sandhurst men. Bunch of dolts wearing toys from Hammer Industries. That melter is like 7th melter I've known. The one common trait is they are all pathetic. Might have been able to do something in village, but who knew a scourge would fall on top of us?
No, the Scourge killed the Melter.
Yes.
Where did it go?
Scourge, they disappear like fart in wind. They come freely, they go free. Never look same way twice.
So it appeared, killed the Melter, and
It took aim at me. I struck out at him, and they run from the fights, eh? Whatever Scourge is no Russian. I tell you that much. I think I have paid for my safe travel with my humiliation and these words I give you, baby robot. Unless you, have some offer employ, I would like to move this thing out of the red and at least in concept start moving back to black, eh? I take my whips, I go back to bridge.
What do you guys think?
Rearm him? You can back his stuff?
You are honorable?
I don't think we give him back his stuff. He already destroyed 2 Hearthguard. We can't
Right.
have him destroying anymore.
Right, he talks about Scourge killing melters, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
He may be out there just, killing on his own regard. By the way, I think we should just send him with a kick in the ass on his way and try to figure out where his money's coming from.
He's going back to what he said, Sandhurst
Bridge.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Baron Hottenbridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Whiplash. You're not getting your weapons back. You're a villain. Villains don't get to win. You can leave here, you'll have your life, but you're not getting any weapon. And you can go back to your employers, disgraced, with no weapon, and nothing to show for it.
There is hero and there is villain. There is prudence and there is cowardice. And you, my child, bring so sweetly of that. Very well, I leave, huh? And if his will of my father one day we meet again, do not expect to face a Whiplash who's half dead from exhaustion, rattled by ghosts and by bullets.
Oh, I'm the coward one when you're making excuses.
He spits blood, nothing to be gained in this.
Exactly, leave.
He turns, goes toddling off into the woodline.
So whatever weapon he had left, would just destroy it.
The Hearthguard, as though understanding instinctively, holds forward its hand, and with no effort made by any of you, a blast of green fire falls upon the reactor chest plate. It begins to spark furiously, and then explodes into a twisted mass of metal, plastics, and flaming goo that seems to be leaving from a number of different hidden vacuoles within the device. So what are we going to do?
We do have a corpse, too. I mean, do we leave it there? Do we bring it to the village, see if it belongs to anybody who cares about him?
I think he said this village supposedly is overtaken.
Yeah.
We'll see. He could have
That's
been
the
lying,
thing,
you know. I'm just gonna mark what direction he headed out.
I'm assuming that's towards the bridge, right?
Yeah.
There you go. He's headed eastward.
Eastward. There you go. Well, I'm gonna go. We should go and take that body out of the jeep and destroy whatever apparatus he has on him, so someone else can't get that technology and use it.
Skulk over. The Hearthguard lifts the melter's corpse out of the back. Scrawny and pathetic fellow. You tear the belt, which you do see has a crack over the casing of the device. And soon green fire erupts and consumes the device. It drops back into the jeep. The melter's corpse is sat against one of the tires of the mangled and toppled jeep. And there you are. So what are you going to do next?
Do we make our way towards the village, or do we make our way towards the bridge?
I think I just want to consider this one point before we go forward. I think when we do meet heroes like this, I mean, hero or villain, whichever, I think it'd be in our best interest to try to persuade them onto our side, because isn't Manman's goal to destroy all the heroes and not let them become? I mean, that's what we're doing right now.
Right.
We're destroying their ability and their, you know.
Yeah.
Well, by way of destroying your weapons, you mean?
Yeah, by destroying their weapons and whatnot. I think that we should start leaving, you know, if we do come across a neutral situation like this, you know, after we've defeated them, that we should leave it off on a good note.
Well, I think
going forward.
I agree with you, but I think leaving them alive is
I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
a step in
solace
the right
enough.
in that direction. But we have a guy here who unprovoked attacked the Hearthguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
This
so
is a
we
world
arming
of
him,
hero
does
and villains that
does
has
that
no
benefit
real
us or
heroes.
benefit Manman?
We have to be that hero.
I don't know, I think sometimes you gotta just consider that,
No, I understand what you're
he was a
coming
man, I do truly believe he was a man of honor.
I
You
agree.
know?
Allies will be necessary in the future that comes. The Hearthguard begins walking toward the village.